Welcome to Touring Globe.
Planning a travel budget with only $1,000 requires more careful consideration, as the budget is tighter and the goal is to maximize every dollar. While your options may be limited, there are still ways to enjoy a fulfilling travel experience. The key to making this budget work will involve selecting affordable destinations, staying in budget accommodations, eating economically, and sticking to a simpler itinerary. Here's a detailed breakdown of how you can stretch $1,000 over a longer trip, focusing on budget-friendly travel options. 1. Choose the right destination. The first and most crucial step when you have a tight budget is selecting the right destination. Some regions are much cheaper to visit than others, so choosing wisely will make a big difference. For example, Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, very affordable, with daily expenses ranging from $20–$40. Central America, Mexico, Guatemala, Nicaragua, also inexpensive, with daily costs around $30–$50. Eastern Europe, Bulgaria, Romania, Poland, more affordable than Western Europe, with daily expenses around $40–$60. South Asia, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, one of the cheapest regions, where you can often live on $20 per day. Domestic travel, within the US or nearby countries. If you're based in the US, consider destinations within the country or close by, e.g., Mexico, Canada, to reduce flight costs. Example destination: Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, you can spend around $25–$35 per day, making it a great choice for budget travel. 2. Flights. Keep it affordable. Flights will be your biggest upfront cost, so finding the most affordable flight deals is key. Here are some ways to minimize flight costs. Book in advance. The earlier you book, the cheaper the flight. Use flight comparison websites like Skyscanner, Google Flights, or Kayak to find the best deals. Flexible travel dates. Flights can vary in price depending on the day of the week or time of year, so try to fly on weekdays or in off-peak seasons. Consider nearby airports. Flights to smaller or secondary airports can be cheaper. Look for budget airlines. In some regions, budget carriers like Ryanair, EasyJet, or AirAsia offer incredibly cheap flights. Travel to closed destinations. If you're traveling domestically or to nearby countries, look for short-haul flights to save on airfares. Example breakdown. Flight to Southeast Asia, e.g., Thailand, Vietnam, you can often find round-trip tickets for $400–$600 if booked in advance. Flight within the US. Budget domestic flights can cost between $100–$300. Flight budget, $200–$600, depending on location. 3. Accommodation. Cheap and comfortable options. Accommodation will likely be your next biggest expense. However, there are plenty of affordable options to help stretch your $1,000. Hostels. Dormitory-style hostels are often the most affordable option, with prices starting at $5–$15 per night in places like Southeast Asia. Guesthouses. A small, locally run guesthouse can be affordable, typically costing $15–$30 per night. Airbnb. You can find budget-friendly rooms or shared accommodations for $15–$40 per night, especially in less touristy areas. Couchsurfing. If you're really looking to save money, couchsurfing lets you stay with locals for free. This requires some effort to create a trustworthy profile, but it's a great way to experience local life for no cost. Camping. If you're outdoorsy and the region allows it, camping can be free or extremely affordable. Example breakdown. Southeast Asia, Thailand, dorm bed in a hostel equals $8 per night x 10 nights equals $80. Mexico or Central America. Private room in a budget guesthouse equals $20 per night x 10 nights equals $200. Accommodation budget, $80–$200 for 10 nights. 4. Daily expenses. Eating and getting around. Once you've covered flights and accommodation, your daily expenses will mostly include food, transportation, and activities. Here's how you can manage these costs. Food. Street food and local markets are usually the most budget-friendly options. Meals in places like Southeast Asia can cost as little as $1–$3 for street food or $5–$10 for a sit-down meal at a local restaurant. Self-catering. If your accommodation has a kitchen, you can buy ingredients at a local market and cook your meals. This could cost around $5–$10 per day. Moderate restaurants. Budget for about $10–$15 per day if you prefer to eat at restaurants occasionally. Transportation. Public transportation, buses, metro, local taxis. In many budget-friendly destinations, public transport is incredibly cheap. A daily budget of $3-10 should cover your local transportation costs. Walking or cycling. If you're staying in a compact area, walking or renting a bicycle is often free or very cheap. Example breakdown. Food. Southeast Asia. Street food equals $5 per day by 10 days equals $50. Central America. Simple meals equals $7 per day by 10 days equals $70. Local transportation. Public transport, buses, tuk-tuks, etc., $3 per day by 10 days equals $30. Daily expenses total $80, $100 for 10 days. 5. Activities and sightseeing. While it's important to stick to a budget, you'll still want to experience the local culture and attractions. Here's how to save money on activities. Free activities. Many cities have free or low-cost activities, such as exploring local parks, hiking, or visiting public museums. Local tours. Local tours, city walking tours, or cultural experiences can be very affordable, often costing around $5, $20. Natural wonders. Many countries, especially in Southeast Asia and Central America, have amazing natural landscapes, beaches, waterfalls, mountains, that are free to visit. Example breakdown. Southeast Asia, free walking tours or hikes equals $0 or $10 for a guided tour. Central America, entrance to a national park or museum equals $5, $10 per activity. Activity budget, $30, $50 for 5-10 activities. 6. Miscellaneous expenses. Miscellaneous costs can add up, so it's good to keep track of small expenses. SIM card, data, or SIM card for local data might cost around $5, $20 for a month. Souvenirs. If you're shopping for souvenirs, set aside about $20, $30 for small items. Tips. Tipping is often appreciated but not mandatory in many budget destinations. You could budget about $10, $20 for tips throughout the trip. Miscellaneous budget, $20, $50. 7. Total estimated budget breakdown. Let's combine everything into a total estimated budget for a 10-day trip. Southeast Asia, Thailand. Flight, $400, average. Accommodation, $80. Food, $50. Transportation, $30. Activities, $30. Miscellaneous, $20. Total, $610. Central America, Mexico. Flight, $250. Accommodation, $150. Food, $70. Transportation, $30. Activities, $40. Miscellaneous, $20. Total, $560. 8. Tips for traveling on a $1,000 budget. Be flexible. The more flexible you are with dates and destinations, the easier it will be to find cheaper flights and accommodation. Use public transport. Stick to buses, trains, and metros rather than taxis or rental cars to keep costs low. Take advantage of free activities. Explore local markets, hike in nature reserves, visit free museums, or enjoy the beach. Stay in budget accommodations. Hostels, guest houses, or couch surfing can save you a lot of money. Cook your meals. Whenever possible, buy groceries and cook for yourself instead of eating out at expensive restaurants. Conclusion. With a $1,000 budget, you can still enjoy a fulfilling travel experience, but it will require careful planning and flexibility. By choosing budget-friendly destinations, staying in cheap accommodations, eating local food, and focusing on low-cost activities, you can travel comfortably without breaking the bank. Whether you're traveling to Southeast Asia, Central America, or somewhere else, making smart choices will help you stretch every dollar and create an unforgettable trip. See you in the next video.